Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, girls. It's me, Sarwat Amir. I'm here with your fourth lecture, which is the political services of Aligarh movement. Last time I told you that we will continue the services of Aligarh movement and we will talk about the political aspect of this movement in our next lecture. Girls, last time we will talk about the educational aspect of the Aligarh movement. Today we are going to talk about the political services of Aligarh movement. Aligarh movement was not only an educational movement, but with the passage of time it became the political movement too. Aligarh movement also served the Muslims for the safeguard of their political interests and rights. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan advised the Muslim not to take part in the practical politics, but they must emphasize on their knowledge and education. He emphasized the Muslims to acquire the sufficient knowledge and strengthen their economic position so that they may get their lost donation theory and the Aligarh movement. Girls, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was known as the pioneer of two-nation theory. He used the word nation for the Indian Muslims, first time in the history. He considered the Muslims of India as a separate nation from the Hindus, especially after the Urdu-Hindi controversy 1867. He said that India is a bride, and Hindu and Muslims are two glittering eyes of this bride. This was the theory that laid the foundation of Pakistan ideology. This theory declared the Muslims clearly a separate nation from the Hindus. Next, we will talk about the reconciliation among the Muslims and the British government. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan tried to remove all those misunderstandings which were aroused among the Muslims and the British government after the War of Independence 1857. He wrote a pamphlet which is known as Causes of Indian Mutiny, and he explained the reasons of this war, that it was not actually a war against the British government, but it was a mutiny. Mutiny means बगावत. ये एक बगावत थी अंग्रेज हुकूमत की पॉलिसियों के खिलाफ, जिसकी जिम्मेदारी खुद अंग्रेज हुकूमत और अंग्रेजों पर आयद होती है. He held responsible the policies of East India Company, which were purely anti-Indian policies. He said Muslims were as much as responsible for this war as Hindus and the other communities of India. He put the responsibility on the dictatorial and oppressive policies of the British government. He described few reasons for this rivalry that are: Indians did not have any representation in legislation. Number 2, he said, Indians were forcefully converted to Christianity. These were the basic reasons for the rebellious behavior of the Indian. To protect the political rights of the Indian Muslims, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan made British Indian Association Aligarh 1866. In 1866, the objective was to express the point of view of Indians to the British officials and parliamentarians. This association made several important services to Indian natives. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan protected the political rights and interests of the Muslims, but he advised the Muslims to avoid the practical politics. In 1885, when A.O. Hume established Indian National Congress, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan advised Muslims not to join this political party. It would become a Hindu majority party very soon and never look after the interests of the Muslims. It was the prediction of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He advised the Muslim to avoid the practical politics and focus only on their education and economic conditions and situations. So Syed Ahmad Khan to protect the political rights of the Muslims, demanded separate electorate for the Muslims of India. So Syed Ahmad Khan thought that Western democratic system is not suitable for the country, like India, where many religious and ethnic communities were living. Joint electorate means that only numerical majority will form the government that were Hindus. यानी जब भी इलेक्शंस होंगे हुकूमत किसकी बनेगी? अक्सरियत की, और अक्सरियत में कौन है? अददी अक्सरियत में कौन है? वो है हिंदू। लिहाजा मुसलमान हमेशा हिंदू के लिए एक गुलाम की हैसियत हासिल कर लेंगे। Next, that's why he demanded separate electorate for the Muslims so that they could elect their own representative for the legislative councils. What is meant by separate electorate? जुदागाना इंतखाब। जुदागाना इंतखाब या separate electorate का मतलब क्या है? That Muslim community will elect their own representatives and Hindu community will elect their own representatives through the elections. To protect the economic rights of the Muslims, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan demanded quota in the government services, quota for the Muslims. So Syed Ahmad Khan demanded 1/3 seats for the Muslims in the government services. He demanded to change the method of competitive examination because open competitive exam is not suitable for India. Seats should be fixed for the Muslims in the civil services too. What is competitive exam? Competitive exam means that the exam for the superior services which has been given by the Indian natives. अगर ये मुकाबले का इम्तिहान आम तरीके से होता रहता तो कभी भी मुसलमान जो हैं वो सिविल सुपीरियर सर्विसेज में कोई भी नशिस्त देने के काबिल ना होते। लिहाजा सर सैयद अहमद खान ने ये मुतालबा किया कि इब्तदा में ही यानी इम्तिहान के लेवल पर ही मुसलमानों के लिए कुछ नशिस्तें जो हैं वो मखसूस कर दी जाएं कि इन सीट्स पर सिर्फ मुस्लिम्स जो हैं वो कम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स दे सकते हैं। नो हिंदूज एंड नो अदर कम्युनिटीज आर अलाउड टू गिव द एग्जाम्स ऑन दोज सीट्स। Thank you girls, that's all about today's lectures. I have attached some questions or some summary of your short questions, MCQs along with the resource material. Please check it and prepare it for yourself. Stay safe, stay home.